So, in my talk, I shall not go into the mathematical technicalities. Rather, I shall try to tell the story of the gradual development of research on a particular area of complex analysis. So, my area of talk is uniqueness of entire and uniqueness of entire functions sharing certain values with its derivatives. During my talks, sometimes I shall mention the corresponding results for meromorphic functions also. Actually, the uniqueness problem has its genesis to a very well-known result of analytic function. That is, if a function is analytic in a domain and it vanishes on a sequence of points in the domain and that sequence has a limit point in the domain, then the function is identically zero in that domain. A simple consequence of the result is that if f and g are two analytic functions in a domain D, if they agree on a sequence and that sequence has a limit point, then the two functions are identical in the domain. So in fact, this was the first result of this kind. Later on, Professor Rolf Niemöller initiated the modern research on this uniqueness theory by his two famous results, the 5-point uniqueness theorem and 4-point uniqueness theorem. The 5-point uniqueness theorem states that if two meromorphic functions share 5 points, say A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Share these 5 points. That means if f minus ai equal to 0 and g minus ai equal to 0 has the same set of solutions, ignoring their multiplicities for these 5 values of ai, then f is identically equal to g. F is same as g. But if we consider the two simple examples, e to the power z and e to the power minus z, then we see that these two functions share 4 values, 0, 1, minus 1 and infinity, but they are not identical. Therefore, the number of these 5 shared values cannot be reduced to 4. But Professor Niemöller proved that if two meromorphic functions share 4 values counting multiplicities, that means say a1, a2, a3, a4, we consider these 4 values, and if these two equations have the same set of roots with corresponding equal multiplicities, then one function is a bilinear transformation of the other, like e to the power z and 1 by e to the power z. This was the 4-value theorem. But in 1977, L. Rubel and C.C. Young observed that if instead of two general meromorphic functions, if we consider a function f, they consider first the entire function f and its derivative, then if these two functions share only 2 values, a and b, then they become identical. That means f is equal to f dashed, and ultimately we get f is e to the power z, of the form e to the power z. So, in order to state our theorems, we introduce certain notations. This will require in order to state our theorems. Now suppose we consider a closed disk around the origin and fz is a meromorphic function. Meromorphic function, it is analytic except for poles. It does not have any essential singularity in the finite complex space. If there is any essential singularity, that must be at the point at infinity. And since it has no essential singularity in the finite complex plane, naturally it has only a finite number of zeros in any finite region. Otherwise, it would have a limit point there which will be an essential singularity. And this implies that for any finite a, the function f will have finite number of a points in any finite region. And this is actually the starting point of Newton-Liner theory. Otherwise, we cannot define these counting functions. So now we consider a circle with radius r around the origin, and within this closed circle, we count the number of a points according to our multiplicity. That means if an a point is double a point, then we count that point 2 times, and similarly 3 times, 4 times, etc. according to its multiplicity. And we denote that integer by n small n TAF. Well, and then we define capital N in terms of that integral. It is because small n is also a counting function, but small n is a step function, it is discontinuous. But if we define that capital N by means of that integral, then that capital N becomes a continuous function of R, and which is well-behaved function. And another one, which Newton-Liner defined as the proximity function, small m RF, defined by that formula, where log plus is called the positive logarithm. Log plus x is log x if x is greater than 1. Log plus x is 0 if 0 lesser is equal to x is lesser equal to 1. Here in the positive logarithm, remember that we include the point x equal to 0. And their sum is called the Newton-Liner characteristic function. And the number rho, which is called the order of an entire order meromorphic function. And similarly, if we do not consider the multiplicities, then instead of small n and capital N, we use bar, small n bar and capital N bar. That means here we count the a points without their multiplicities. Every a point is counted only one time, whatever be their multiplicities. And we denote by SRF any quantity which is small compared to the characteristic function. Now, as I have mentioned, the CM sharing, IM sharing, let me repeat. Suppose f and g are two meromorphic functions and a is a complex number, finite or infinite. If f minus a and g minus a have the same set of zeros with the same multiplicities, then we shall say that f and g share the value a cm, counting multiplicities. And if we do not count the multiplicities, then we shall say that f and g share the value a im. So as already I have mentioned the 5-value theorem and 4-value theorem. Next, in 1977, L.A. Rubel and C.C. Young considered the case when an entire function f shares two values with its derivative. Instead of two general entire functions, they took a function f and its derivative. And then they proved that if we consider only two shared values same, then f is identical equal to f dashed. But it is not possible to reduce the number of sharing values to 1. So naturally, as Professor Acharya mentioned in his lecture, that when one result is proved, or when one question is arised and that question is solved, then as a byproduct rather, we get several other questions, several other results. And that is why the research on mathematics is rolling on. So here, in 1979, Muse and Steinmetz improved the result of Rubel and Young by achieving the same conclusion, but instead of using the CM sharing of values, the IM sharing of values. They ignored the corresponding multiplicities. Naturally, it is a good improvement. So actually, let me first explain how we can proceed. So original result was by Rubel and Yan. It was proved for two values with CM sharing. Then it was improved for two values IM sharing. Then there are several other possibilities. Next possibility is that whether we can replace those two values by two functions. This is one possibility. Another possibility is that whether the first derivative can be replaced by higher order derivative. Another possibility is that if we prove the result for two functions sharing CM, whether that CM can be replaced by IM. Another possibility is that the general order derivative whether can be replaced by a differential polynomial. So all these are possible scope of research on the result of Rubel and Yan. And several mathematicians of several countries actually have done this. Mainly the Chinese people did a lot of work on the topic. In 1992, Zheng and Wang considered the case of two small functions. Small functions means whose characteristic function is small compared to the original function f. They proved that if f and f dashed share two small functions a and b with counting multiplicities, then f is identically equal to f dashed. As I mentioned, after 1992, it is in 2000, another Chinese proved the same result. Instead of using the counting multiplicity sharing, the ignoring multiplicity sharing. This is another improvement. In 1990, LZ Young considered a general order derivative for the same result. And he proved that if f and fk share the value a im, then f is identically equal to fk. In 1991, Gunter Frank proposed a conjecture that is known as Frank's conjecture. He proposed that if an entire function shares two finite values im, ignoring multiplicities, with its kth derivative, can we say that f is identically equal to fk? In 2000, it was resolved by Ping Li and C.C. Yang. In 1994, Y.X. Gu considered a linear differential polynomial instead of general order derivative. And he proved that if Pf, that kind of linear differential polynomial, share the finite values a and b with counting multiplicity, then f is identically equal to Pf. In 1999, Ping Li and C.C. Yang further improved the result. They considered one value shared CM, another value shared IM, and they proved that either f is equal to LF, the linear differential polynomial, or f and LF will be of these forms. So now we need a definition, that is Amster. Roughly speaking, there are some mathematical terminology there. Roughly speaking, Cm means all the roots of f minus a equal to 0 and g minus a equal to 0 will have the same multiplicities. But Cm star means we may allow some roots which do not have the same multiplicity, but the number of those roots is small in some sense. Or not all the roots are same. Those roots which are not same, their number is very small compared to the function in some sense. Similarly, if f minus a and g minus a equal to 0, these two equations have the same set of roots with ignoring multiplicities, then we shall say that f and g share the value a, im. But im star means we may allow some roots which are different, but the total number of such roots are small. So that is explained in definition 1. In 2005, Ping, Lee and C.C. Young improved their own result by replacing Cm by Cm star, Im by Im star. So another term was introduced by Arvind Muse, that is tau a. Tau a means that limit inferior where n bar 0 are 1 by f minus a denotes the common a points of f and lf having the same multiplicities. And tau a is that limit inferior if n bar are 1 by f minus is not identically equal to 0 and tau a equal to 1 if f has no a points. In 2001, J.P. Wang considered an entire function and a linear differential polynomial generated by it which share two values a1 and a2 im, both im. But in that case, he has to use one more condition, tau a1 is greater than n plus 2 divided by n plus 3. Then he achieved the same conclusion as the result of Ping, Lee and C.C. Young. In the same paper, one conjectured that probably tau a1 greater than n plus 2 divided by n plus 3 might be replaced by tau a1 greater than half. It was his conjecture. In 2005, again Ping, Lee and C.C. Young worked on this conjecture and proved this result. Here, they proved something more. They did not consider the sharing. They simply considered maximum of tau a1, tau a2 is greater than half. In that case, these four possibilities will occur. Either f equal to g, g means that linear differential polynomial, or f and g will have those two form, or f and g will have those two form, and in case 4. F and G will satisfy this kind of equation. And if instead of half we consider 2/3, then only the cases 1, 2 and 3 will occur. A similar kind of result they also proved. So actually, so far these are the main results proved on the problem of sharing two values by an entire function and its derivative and their generalizations or extensions. So another problem which was initiated by G. Zhang, M. Muse and L. Hoffman in 1986. They considered an entire function that shared single value with two of its derivatives. Let me remind, for a general monomorphic function or entire function, in order to prove their equality, 4 shared value is essential. But when we consider a particular case, instead of the two general entire functions, one function and its derivative, we see that sharing of two values is required. Cm, Im, and several others, small functions, several others extensions. But here, Muse, Zhang and Hoffman proved that if we consider two derivatives instead of one, then we can reduce the number of values from 2 to 1. They proved two results. Let f be a non-constant entire function. A is a non-zero finite constant. If f and f dash share the value a ignoring multiplicities, and whenever f z equal to a, then f double dash z equal to a, then f is identical to f dashed. And a similar result, if f dash, f double dash share the value as Cn, then f is identical equal to f dash. In 2002, this result was extended by J. Chang and M. L. Fan. They proved that whenever f dash is equal to a, f dash equal to a, whenever fz equal to, that is, it is a partial sharing. Cm in means f equal to a if and only if g equal to a. Here you see f dash z is equal to a if f equal to a, and f double dash z equal to c if f dash equal to a. It is one-sided sharing, partial sharing. Then they prove that f will have these two forms. Is some kind of exponential function. And in the next theorem, they considered the fixed point z instead of values. In 2009, the result was further improved by considering a partial sharing, where we choose instead of z a linear polynomial alpha z plus beta, and prove that if fz is equal to a whenever f is equal to a, and f double dash z is equal to a whenever f dash is equal to a, then f is of this form. Next one is to replace the second order derivative by general derivative. Initially it was f dashed, f double dashed. Then in 2004 JP Wang and Hong Sung Yi considered F, F dashed and Fk. And they proved that whenever Fz minus Z and F dash Z minus Z share 0 CM and Fkz equal to Z, whenever Fz is equal to Z, then F is equal to F dashed. And their second result is if F, F dash and Fk have the same set of fixed points, then F equal to F dash. In 1995, H. Zhong considered two general order derivatives, F, Fn, Fn plus 1. And when they share a single non-zero value, they prove that F is identically equal to Fn. Next is Yang and Ping Li proved theorem 21. They proved that if F, Fn, Fn plus 1 share a value same, then F is identically equal to F dashed. Here N and next derivative. In 2003, JP Wang considered F, F dashed, Fn, Fn. When we consider two consecutive derivatives, then only F, Fn, Fn plus 1 is required. But when we do not consider two consecutive derivatives, then we require three derivatives, F dashed, Fn, Fn. And we achieve the same result. It is in 2007. Feng Lu, yes, it is Feng Lu and Jie Zhu used the theory of normal families. Theory of normal families to replace those CM sharing by IM sharing. But here, in order to achieve their result, they have to use one additional hypothesis, Fn Z0 equal to F dash Z0 equal to B. And then they prove that F is of that form, an exponential form. But in the same year, Chan and Fan also used the theory of normal families and proved this result without that additional hypothesis. But here you see in theorem 25, in order to replace that simple additional hypothesis, the proof of this theorem becomes very complicated. It takes, so far I can remember, 10 pages. But that one, original one with a very little additional hypothesis, took 3 pages. But in order to remove that hypothesis, Chan and Fang used more than 10 pages. But ultimately they could remove the hypothesis. In 1995, H. Zhong used another kind of sharing. It is sometimes something relaxed one. We denote by EAF the set of distinct A points of F, and say by A the symmetry difference of the A points of A and A points of G. And for any set B of the complex plane C, we denote by NBRA the counting function of those, say it is B, say it is B, it is the complex plane, and we consider the roots of this equation Fz minus A some will lie inside, some will lie outside. By NBRAF, we denote the counting function of those roots which lie inside. And John defined the two functions f and g are said to share the value a IMN if NARAF is very small. SRF means very small compared to the characteristic function of f. NARAG is very small compared to the characteristic function of g. And if the common roots of f minus and g minus a have the same multiplicities, then we shall say that f and g share the value a CMN. Using this idea, John proved this effect. If f and fn share the value a IMN, and f and z is equal to fn plus 1 z is equal to a when fz is equal to a, if the condition 1 holds, then f is identical equal to fn, where a is the symmetric difference of EAF and EAFN plus 1. And in the same paper, John left the possibility of removing condition 1 as open, whether it is the condition 1 can be removed or not. In 1997, LZDian indeed removed the condition. He proved that if f is a non-constant entire function, f and fn share the value a IMN. If f dash z is equal to fn plus 1 dash z is equal to a, whenever f equal to a, then f is of the form c into e to the power z. C is a non-zero constant. In 2011, we further improved the result of Zhang in this manner, where A is EAF minus EAF1, B is EAF1 minus intersection of those two sets, and if the counting function over A plus counting function over B is small, then F is of this form. So here if you consider A is the void set, then EAF is a subset of EAF1. That means this is the partial sharing. If in particular you put B is void set, then EAF1 is a subset of that intersection. It is also partial sharing. Therefore it is an improved version or improved idea or improved notion of the partial sharing. Also, result of LZDian improved in 2011, and we proved that under this supposition f is equal to lambda e to the power z, or f is equal to lambda e to the power z plus a, where a is a non-zero constant. So here in theorem 28, you see this hypothesis f minus a, the common zeros of f minus a will have the same multiplicity. Naturally the question is whether it is removable or not. We can remove it or not. If A union B is equal to void set, that means A is void set, B is void set, then using theorem 15 and 25 we can easily remove it. If A union B is non-void, but the order of the derivative is 1, n is 1, then also from the proof of the theorem it is clear that the condition is redundant. Therefore it is still an open problem whether that condition can be removed in the case when A union B is non-void and n, the order of the derivative, is greater or equal to 2.
5 minutes.
Fine. In 1998, L.Z. Young further improved the result of Chang, Muse and Bachmann. He proved that if F and Fn share a non-zero value A ignoring multiplicity and EAF is contained in that intersection, then F is identically equal to Fn. In 1999, Pingley extended the result of L.Z. Young by considering a linear differential polynomial. Let F be a non-constant entire function. L is a linear differential polynomial of this form. And if F and L share a non-zero value A ignoring multiplicities, and if every A point of F is an A point of F dashed and A point of L dashed, and further, if these two conditions are satisfied, then F is equal to F dashed is equal to L. And in the same paper, Pingley considered the following example to establish that this condition is essential. Now, if we look at the theorem of Pingley and this example, then a natural question arises. Rather, two questions arise. Whether the nature of sharing can further be relaxed, first one. Secondly, yes, it is a counter example indeed. But whether this example, you say this is a special kind of function, whether this example is the only of its kind. This is the only example. So in 2011, yes, this question was asked in 2011, and also we could answer this question. In fact, we proved that this example is nothing but the third possibility. That possibility was not considered by Pingley. Instead, he used this not equal to 0, this not equal to 0 to remove this possibility and use this function as a counter example. But here we prove that if we do not consider this not equal to 0 and not equal to -1, then the third possibility will arise. The third possibility is nothing but the function that was exhibited by Pingley. And a similar type of result is proved here also. Okay, most probably my time is over, isn't it? Over?
You can say.
You can say.
You can 1 minute.
1 2 minutes. Okay, no problem. So this question was asked by Hua and Sisiya. If A be a non-constant monomorphic function, A be a non-zero finite complex number, and Kn are any two positive integers, if F, Fk, Fn share the value SCM, can we say F is identical to Fk? But no, it is not possible. This is the counter example provided by L.Z. Young. So this example, keeping in mind, Chang and Fan, M. Fan and J. Chang asked this question. If F, a non-constant monomorphic function sharing one value with Fk and Fm, can we get Fk is equal to Fm? It is because in this example we see that though F is not equal to Fk, but Fk is equal to Fm. result. And here we verify that Fk is equal to Fm for this function. Yes, as a corollary of this theorem, they prove this one. So now, most probably I cannot start then another section. In this section, just 2-3 lines I am saying. In this section, the researchers considered the uniqueness of an entire function and its derivative when it shares only one value. And on this topic there is a famous conjecture by Bragg. See Bragg conjecture actually, let me see, yes, R. Bragg. R. Bragg conjectured that if f and f dashed share a non-zero value or zero, say, and if the hyperorder of the function is finite and non-integral, can we say that f minus a is equal to c times f dash minus a? A lot of work has been done on this conjecture till the conjecture is not completely resolved. Some people prove that the conjecture is true when the order of f is finite. Some people prove that the conjecture is true when the order of f is not finite, but hyperorder of f is less than half. Some people prove the conjecture with some additional condition on the counting function of zeros and a points. Some people prove the conjecture with some additional hypothesis on the poles of a monomorphic function. But still, the actual conjecture is open. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.